Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant morning to all of us. And now, let's discuss the fun facts about Asian country. The chosen country that we use to explicit is Singapore. So first, I will discuss the graphic organizer representing 21st century teaching and learning. First, reading literacy. So it is very important that kids must learn to read to perform better in school and better understand themselves. The best technique to assist young children in developing their vocabulary and recognizing written words is to read aloud. So the second one is information literacy. So for example, let's say we create a research paper. So in making a research paper, we are learning to recognize an information need, create inquiries, find relevant sources, and eventually evaluate and share knowledge effectively and ethically. So therefore, we have already developed our information literacy skills in doing it. So the third one is oral literacy. Oral literacy lays the foundation for the reading and writing skills children will develop as they enter and progress through school. So they will use oral literacy in all aspects of their education, in the classroom as they connect with their peers and teachers, and throughout their lives as they grow into adulthood. So the fourth one is technological literacy. Since technology is present almost everywhere today, technological literacy is essential. Technology has significantly facilitated many aspects of our daily life. Time is saved, communication is improved, many industries are encouraged to innovate, learning methods are improved, and much more because of easy access to information. So the fifth one is personal knowledge building skills. When we say personal knowledge, it is all about us, about how we think or what we do in an exact situation. Like for example, we are gathering information because we lack on that specific lesson. So what we did is we gather and store that specific knowledge in order for us to learn. So the last one is numeracy literacy. Numeracy is the ability to assist, use, analyze, and share mathematical data and ideas to engage in and manage the mathematical demands of various situations in adult life. So for example, in handling money and problem solving.
So the country that we choose that belongs to ASEAN country is Singapore. Singapore was one of the founding members of ASEAN when it was formed on August 8, 1967 along with Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, and Thailand. The capital city of Singapore is Singapore, which was founded on August 9, 1965, and their official currency is Singapore dollar. And 1 Singapore dollar is equals to 0.71 US dollar, and if we exchange it to Philippine money, it will be equivalent to 41.14 pesos.
The official languages in Singapore are English, Chinese, Malay, and Tamil. They have 12 ethnic languages, namely the Cantonese, Hokkien, Hainanese, Hakka, Teochew, Indonesian, Javanese, Japanese, Korean, Punjabi, Malayalam, and Urdu. However, English is the language used for instruction. The percentage of ethnic groups in Singapore is 75.90% Chinese, 15% Malays, 7.50% Indians, and collectively making up virtually the entirety of its citizens' population is 98.40%. The remaining 1.60% consist of those classified as other or other Eurasians. Singapore's population as of year 2021 stood at 5.45 million.
So the type of government that Singaporean have is democratic system. They achieved their freedom on August 9, 1965, in which their country has adopted a parliamentary democracy system. Singapore government has formed various accreditation agencies which are administered by Ministry of Education or Standards. This is Productivity and Innovation Board, Spring, Singapore. So currently, there are 185 primary schools in Singapore. Apart of, there are also 34 universities and colleges in Singapore or in which Singapore or study in Singapore. So the annual education budget, as it revised from year 2021, the total expenditure of the Ministry of Education is 13.17 billion Singaporean dollar. Of the total expenditure, 12.79 billion Singaporean dollar or 97.2% is for operating expenditure and 375 million Singaporean dollar or 2.8% is for development expenditure. Now we go to the percentage of education budget to their national budget. So there are 13 billion 170 million Singaporean dollar divided by 76 billion 833 million 337,000 times 100 is equal to 17.14% of their national budget goes to education budget. So overall literacy rate of adults are 97% since 1990 to 2020. Overall literacy rates of male adults are 99% since 1990 to 2020. From the female adults also, there are 96% since 1990 to 2020, which cover up from the last 30 years.
System structure. In Singapore, the system includes 6 years of primary school followed by 4 to 6 years of secondary school and 1 to 3 years of post-secondary school. The curriculum for primary school is common for all students in years 1 to 4. 22. The school year coincides with the calendar year and the first term begins on January 2, unless it is a weekend or a Monday. The school year comprises 4 terms of 10 weeks each. Term 1, January to March. Term 1 holidays, 1 week. Term 2, March to May. Term 2 holidays, 4 weeks. Term 3, July to September. Term 3 holidays, 1 week. And Term 4, September to November or late October. Term 4 holidays, 7 weeks. Terms 1 and 2 are known as Semester 1 and Terms 3 and 4 as Semester 2. The first year of junior college begins in February to accommodate the release of the O-level results. 23. For that indicator, we provide data for Singapore from 1970 to 2017. The average value for Singapore during that period was 26.32 students per teacher with a minimum of 14.69 students per teacher in 2017 and a maximum of 32.67 students per teacher in 1972. The latest value from 2017 is 14.69 students per teacher. For comparison, the world average in 2017 based on 133 countries is 21.69 students per teacher. See the global rankings for that indicator or use the country comparator to compare trends over time.
Singapore has a lot of plans for the future of their education. One of these is that they focus on learner-centered approach. They focus to this because they encourage students to have collaboration and emphasize the awareness of the environment beyond the classrooms. Singapore focus on learner-centered approach because this helps students to develop their skills such as decision-making and problem-solving, teamwork, and presentation of skills that are relevant to the current labor needs. Second, Singapore has launched a series of 3 ICT in education master plans over the past 13 years to establish a strong infrastructural foundation for ICT in schools, to use it to enhance educational processes. Because of this, Singapore is one of the most wired countries and technologically advanced information and communications technology markets in the world. Singaporeans are highly digitally connected, avid users of technology, and voracious consumers of data. Singapore has one of the best universities in Asia. It is because they offer quality learning experiences by building state-of-the-art facilities and respected academic staff. As the Singapore government wants to develop the country as the top destination of higher education in Asia, it has pumped in generous resources to support the development of local universities. And here are the 10 top universities in Singapore. We have the National University of Singapore, Nanyang Technological University, Singapore Management University, Singapore University of Technology and Design, Singapore Institute of Technology, and lastly, we have the Singapore University of Social Sciences. So those are the top 10 universities in Singapore. I have now come to the end of our presentation. In behalf of my group mates, we want to say thank you for listening.